Okay, here is Tom's legacy, and this is a 5-year-old, soon to be 6-year-old, 16 one-hand thoroughbred gelding by Cloud Computing, and he's out of a Girolamo mare. And so Tom had a couple of days off over basically last weekend when we got snow, and then it was like Arctic temperatures and windy, and it was horrible. It was like the frozen tundra here. So everybody got a couple of days off, including Tom. And then on Tuesday, it was still like the high was in the 30s, but at least it wasn't windy, so it felt like we were at the beach. So I was planning on riding Tom, and he ended up being my last one on my ride list for the day, and I was just sort of exhausted by that point. And for some reason, when it's cold weather, I just, I don't know what it is. That's like my bareback riding time. I just don't have the motivation, I guess, to always put tack on. So then I just decide to ride bareback. So anyway, after several days off of snow and freezing cold temperatures, I decided to just get on bareback and see how it was. And I'd actually never ridden him bareback before, but Tom is just such an easygoing, easy to ride horse that I couldn't imagine it would be terrible. And actually, he was fantastic. We had a wonderful ride on Tuesday in the 30s, bareback on the frozen ring. And so I thought, oh, we should just make a little video of this because it's just cool to see how wonderful he is to ride bareback. And actually, it also got me thinking that I should start trying to do bridleless with him because he is the perfect type of horse for that. So maybe that will be the next video you see of Tom with no bridle. But anyway, so here he is. He's just doing a basic flat work ride. We are bareback. Of course, he's wonderful. And he's very easy to ride bareback. He's very easy to ride in general. And so a typical flat ride for him is that he's going to do a bunch of leg yielding. He's going to do a bunch of shoulder in. I've started introducing haunches in with him, but we didn't do that in this ride. And he's still very new to it. He is at this point, him and Seven are both at the same point where they're really learning to take more weight behind and let their shoulders be a little bit freer. So he's learning his walk canters and his canter walks, and he's actually really doing well at it. And we have a couple of those here at the end of the video. And I actually almost find it easier to do it bareback because you just feel closer to the horse and it's just easier to use your seat. And I don't, riding bareback forces you to use your seat and your leg better than if you have the aid of a saddle. So this probably isn't true for everybody, but for whatever reason, for me, I think I oftentimes actually flat better bareback than I do with a saddle. I don't know what that says about me. Probably nothing good. But anyway, it is what it is. And he did some really nice walk canters for me on Tuesday when I rode him. So I thought we would work on that a little bit more today. And he finds the walk canter easier than the canter walk, where he really has to sort of sit down and rock back on his hocks. But it's improving every ride, which is all you can ask of these guys. And he's super willing and happy to do it. So yeah, I'm thrilled with him. He's just coming along nicely. He's such a pleasant horse to ride. He's definitely the easiest one on my ride list anytime he's on my ride list. Actually, my mom, who's taking the video of this ride, she doesn't ride. She's not a horse person, but she always says after she watches me ride Tom that he looks so easy that she feels like she could ride him, which is honestly, I mean, that's kind of why I kept Tom for as long as I did, because he was like a little bit of a pick-me-up when I was struggling with my personal horses, which are a lot more sensitive and difficult to ride. Tom just makes you feel like you can ride because he's like riding around in a Cadillac. So Tom is awesome. Anyway, I'm going to butt out of this video now, but he is doing wonderfully.